if you heard my call yesterday, it was with a PCH scammer by the name of Howie James. He called and he started telling me about how I won the lot, how I won all this money, and then he asked my name, and I told him Timothy, and he says, "Well, I'm trying to reach Herschel." So, well, shit, shibbity wit, you got the wrong person. So I said, "I'll have to call you back." So I called him back later, and I left him a message. Well, he called me back, and we had 2 or 3 different calls, and I kept him on the phone for 20 plus minutes, just screwing with him, right? Well, the second video was released today, and if you watch that video, it was pretty funny. But he called back, and we did it again, and that is going to be Monday's video because tomorrow's the week in review. Where we left it is I told him I didn't want to deal with him anymore because he was either high or drunk. He was unprofessional, and I did not want to talk to him again. And I told him, I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy those cards. I'm going to buy those scratch cards, those money pack cards, I sent him a picture of the money pack cards I bought, which are printed on white pieces of paper, just so I could show him I bought them. And he texted me back, said, "You idiot, you bought the wrong cards." I'm like, whatever. Well, he called me back yesterday while I was at my mother's house. Well, no, the original... Let me step back. The call on Monday, you guys will hear that it ended with me saying, "I will go out and buy the cards, and I will call you back, but I don't want to deal with you. You're a drunk a-hole, and I don't want to talk to you anymore. I want to talk to your manager." And he said, "Okay, whatever. Yeah, I get. If you don't talk to me, you're not going to get your money." And I was like, "Don't try to hold me hostage. I want to talk to somebody else. I don't want to deal with you anymore." Well, Friday came, and I just ran some errands, and I went over to my mom's house, and he called while I was at my mother's house. And I answered the phone. I said, "Hold on a second. Let me go outside the backyard so I can hear you better." Hello?
At this point, I don't care.
Hello? Say something.
Good morning.
Is this Mr. James?
Good morning. How are you doing?
Oh, it's the piece of Mr. James. Hold on a second. Let me go outside so I can hear you better. How you doing, sir? He hung up on me. Well, I told him I didn't want to deal with him anymore, so calling him name-calling was going to be just fine. Well, he then texted me, and I'm going to share with you guys the texts. He texted me and he says, "I know you're not serious." Okay? So I responded with, "You are right. I'm not serious about working with you. If you want these cards, you will have someone else call me back. Better yet, have your manager call me. I am done dealing with your drunk asshole like you." And then I sent him a picture of the cards. Okay? Me holding the cards. His response this morning, was, "That's not the right cards I told you. Money pack scratch cards. You are a failure." So I sent him back a message and I said, "Oh no, what a shame. I guess I'll just have to go back to the store and spend the money on me." And then I said, "We'll start the day off right by having a nice hearty breakfast at my favorite spot." So I texted him a picture of my meal at Whataburger. And then I said, "A quick trip to the gas station and let me fill up the truck," which I don't have a truck, I have a car, but he doesn't know that. So I sent him a picture of the racetrack where I spent some of the money. And then I said, "Then it's off shopping. Yay!" And then throughout the day, I sent him pictures of stuff I had bought using my cards. Here's the funny part. I said, "So far, I found these great deals on a collection of movies. $50 for all of them." So I sent him a picture of stacks of Blu-rays and DVDs that I bought. So I'm sending him pictures of all the stuff I'm spending the money on. And these are literally movies in my store. There's just stuff in my store. And then I said, "I love spending your money. Let's see what else I can find next." And then close to the end of the day, I sent him a picture. I said, "Check this out." an original double-page spread from Captain America Comics, originally $200, but I haggled with the guy down to only $120. Fantastic! It will look great in my living room. Woohoo! And I send him a picture of a double-page spread that I literally have in my store for sale. Funny. And then I said, "This is the part I think is funny." I sent him a text a little later that said, "Oh, I took that page of art to a guy I know and sold it for $250. I made a $130 profit. Booyah! Best day ever." And then I sent him a picture of me folding out money. And he hasn't responded. But I wanted to take a minute and see if we can call him. If you guys are okay with that, let me switch over the settings. Most likely he's not going to answer the phone. But
I'll go on mute.
I will go on mute too.
I'm switching the microphone over to the can you guys still hear me okay? This is the microphone I use to pick up the phone so that when I call, you guys will be able to hear him. The audio is still coming into my headphones, so you guys can talk. He's not going to hear you. But we were talking, and I think it's in the third video. I asked him, well, what hours do you work? And he says 8:30 to 9:30. And I said, you only work an hour a day? Damn, what a great job. He's like, no, 8:30 in the morning to 9:30 at night. I go, oh, okay. I was really thinking he had a sweet ass job.
You still have time because they're 2 hours ahead of us, so it's only 7 o'clock there.
Yeah, let me find his number real
Jamaica's
quick.
2 hours ahead of us.
Here it is. I have him listed as Howie James, PCH scammer. Hello? Mr. James? Is this you?
Yes.
Hey, Mr. James, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
Yeah?
How are you?
I'm doing great. Since you didn't want to call me back and get those scratch card numbers, I went out and had a little bit of a spending spree with those cards today. I had a good time spending it.
Okay, you have a wonderful day.
Did you see the pictures?
Okay.
Did you see the pictures I sent you? Because if you didn't want the cards, I was going to spend it on myself.
No, I do not need the cards anymore, okay?
You don't need the cards anymore? You sure? I mean, I bet your bosses would like you to still collect that money, right?
Okay, you have a wonderful evening.
Hey, could you do me a favor, Mr. James? Mr. James? I wanted him to say hi to everybody. Yeah, we'll call him back. I mean, he answered the phone. I mean, that's great. That's like half the battle right there, getting him to pick up the phone. You guys can hear this okay, right?
Hi, welcome to Publishers Clearinghouse and Claim Department. We are unavailable at this time. Please leave a message and we will return your call as soon as possible.
Hey, Mr. Howie, I mean, don't make me beg. I want to give you these cards. I mean, I went out and bought them just for you. But you got to work with me, dude. You got to call me back so I can give you the numbers. I only used one of the cards, so I still have the other one, the $500 one. So if you want it, call me back, okay? You have my number, right? You know it, buddy. All right. Love you, dude. Have a wonderful weekend. Most likely I'll talk to you on Monday, okay? Howie. Little Howie. Little itty bitty Howie. Love you, dude. All right.
Oh, that's good.
Should have called him Sweetheart, like they call us.
You gotta send me his number.
That is horrifically weird sounding when they call you beloved and all that. Oh. All right, so that I'll cut that part of the show out and make it into the follow up. Unless of course he calls me back, then maybe we'll do some more. But I love messing with those guys. They are just the epitome of ugly and despicable. You know what I mean? Those guys are the worst, you know? Hey everybody, and thanks a lot for checking out the video. If you like the content, click the subscribe button and hit the bell for notification. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Thumbs up, thumbs down, either way, and we'll catch you all next time.